Now let's find out how good she is. First, we need to level her up. Wait, 8 of 2. What account am I on? Did I just... Oh my god. I just bought her on the wrong account. I have a mini with the exact same name as my main, and I don't have enough resources to level her up. Bro. The newest Brawler Melodie just came out in early access, and today I'm going to play 100 games with her in every game mode to find out where she's best at and if she's going to be any good. I will be keeping track of every single win and loss, which you'll see, and at the end I'll let you know if she's worth picking up in early access or if you should switch to her for your next Brawler. Just like you should consider switching to the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Every year we get new phones that make small improvements over the last generation, but this year the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, in my opinion, has taken a big leap. Now, I could go on and on about all of the tech specs and the features, but I'm not going to. What I care about is, does it work for me? And while yes, the S24 Ultra does indeed absolutely shred when it comes to gaming, one of the things that I like most about it actually is the cameras. Whether I'm taking still photos, like this one of our new puppy, using the S24 Ultra to film video on a new woodworking channel that I'm starting, or getting behind the scenes footage of tribe recordings, the cameras are just really good. The feel of this phone is absolutely insane. I don't know if it's like the titanium on the edges or the flatter screen, but whatever it is, this phone just feels right in your hands, whether that's playing games or just scrolling through the web. It's something that you honestly need to check out for yourself to understand. And if you want to check out the new Samsung S24 Ultra, there's going to be a link in the description where you can go see why me and the other tribe guys like this phone so much. Big thanks to Samsung for sponsoring today's video. Spending money on an account that I don't play because I'm real smart. Try to be smarter than me. I'm just saying. Now that we had her fully maxed out, I went into our first game mode, Solo Showdown. In solos, I was just trying to get a feel for her at first, so I was kind of glad I was playing against bots, and right away, I learned something like hitting targets that are not players, like these power cube boxes, will actually give her notes, and this turns out to be huge for her later. And on top of that, her movement with her dashes is actually crazy, but those games quickly ended with 8 straight wins, and we went into Duo Showdown, where we would start playing real players. And in the very first game, I got way too aggressive and found myself in a rather bad situation. Wow, it is a scruff, man. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize they were in that bush. Just live, just live. Oh no, he's not gonna live. Dang it. So yeah, I went too aggressive, but in the next game, we had a Bee and Mandy following me around everywhere. Now, it's tough to deal with 2 long-range brawlers because her range damage is actually really weak. But eventually, they got what was coming to them. However, my teammate just kept dying, and I ended up getting pinched by another Melodie. Come on, where's my teammate? Okay, Miko got it. Miko, cubes. One more hit. Okay, yes, Miko, clutch it up for me. Miko carried there at the end. We were cycling deaths just long enough. You know what? I'll play again with him. And in the next one, it turned out to be basically a solo duo game where my teammate, well, let's just say he didn't do the best. Dude, I kind of popped off there. Miko did 0. Yeah, and the next game, well, it didn't get much better. I can't. What am I supposed to do? I have a teammate that did nothing. Yeah, so, her fizzle did not sizzle. And then I saw the same Belle in the very next game, but as an enemy. Oh, there she is. Hey, it's her. Dude, that's a free kill. It's an easy kill. Okay, cool. We're getting trapped here. It's not great. Wait, how come we are getting pinched like this? Dude, what the freak? 3 teams on us? And just like that, I suffered my second loss as Melodie. So with that, Showdown mode was done. I mean, all in all, I went 14-2, although 8 of those games were against bots. But I don't think that she's going to be the best at Showdown, but I think that she'll be okay. Now, the next game mode on the list was Brawl Ball, and I was expecting her to be completely busted in Brawl Ball, and well, yeah, she was. Now, in the third game, I started to figure things out with her dashes once you get them built up, but the real story of Game 3 are these guys' names. Just the entire other team's names here are cursed. Megapeen, Diarrhea Eater, and Easy Bozo. Like, what? And in the next game, I had someone recognize me, and we pretty much spent the entire game doing our best not to hit each other. I mean, we had fun in Victor. I'm sure that was from him. Nobody else had fun that match except for us. Now, at this point, I really started figuring out how to play Melodie in Brawl Ball, and it goes like this. Step 1, you chip at players from a distance to get your super built up, and then, well, yeah, that's it. It's just step 2 is you make plays. I mean, that's pretty much it. Melodie is easy mode in Brawl Ball, like literally the best brawler in this mode in the entire game, hands down, end of story. We kept the wins rolling in, and in game 8, I made a couple of really nice plays. Got it. Now, as I moved along, I was expecting the enemies to start playing better and better, and in game 9, I had a Melodie face-off. Come on, let's go. Where you at, Melodie? Now, I know I sound like a broken record here, but dang, if Brawl Ball is your favorite mode, you need to get Melodie. And if you like Mortis, well, yeah, there's a new cooler Mortis in town. Now, I'm not going to say I was playing flawless because, well, I messed things up a few times. Dude, I just missed 2 supers in a row. But game after game after game, I was slapping people harder than Will Smith.
Oh, wow.
So when Brawl Ball was done, I went 17-0 with randoms, and I think it's safe to say that this is her best mode, but there is another mode coming up that I think that she is surprisingly OP at as well. But first, we gotta play Gym Grab. Now, I didn't know exactly what to expect in Gym Grab. I mean, was she going to be an aggro brawler, or would she work as a gym carrier? Ooh, got in and out. Maybe, you know what, maybe she could be a decent gym carrier just because of her pure speed and mobility. Now, I made a good play right off the rip, but then came the nemesis for this game. Leon. Bottom line is, we would have done fine, but Leon wrecked us the entire game. However, game 2 is a great example of how I think that she's going to be used here. Okay. Gotta get out of there. When played like this, I think that she could actually make an insanely good gym carrier, but I wanted to test her as an aggro or a lane brawler as well. But my randoms, they had other ideas. At times, it felt like a 2-on-3 out there, and you know, it kind of was this one time as BB just stood in spawn while I picked a really bad time to try to make a play, and I threw. Oh, she actually got me with that? What? She actually got me? Our BB's standing here doing nothing. Okay, I feel like that was the BB's fault. The next game, it was back to being gym carrier by default, but our Primo was way better this time. I was zipping around and we got the win pretty dang easy. But it seemed like that in every game, no one brought a brawler that could actually be a gym carrier in the mode where the point is to carry gems. But then finally, I saw Byron and I was hopeful. But no, bro, come on. And we lost. Come on, Byron. Yes, thank you. Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked. We're cooked. We lost, but I feel like I did my job. And then in the very next game, it put me with the same dude again. And it wasn't any better. All he wanted to do was attack and not heal. Byron, I would seriously love some heals, Byron. You don't have to attack the whole time. Oh, well, he liked to die as well. That was a thing that he did pretty well. And once again, we were about to lose, but I made an insane play to reverse Uno them until you just completely team wipe them. Holy cow. And then finally I was able to get a game where I was able to go aggro a bit until our Nita, who was carrying the gyms, ran face first into all of them, and I had to be gym carrier. Again, clearly I have to be gym carrier. It's just what it is. And in the end, I went 12-5 with randoms, which it isn't horrible, but it's not the greatest either. Now with a real team, I'm confident that we could have ran through everyone here. But that being said, I think she's actually a pretty versatile brawler in Gym Grab. She can absolutely make a good gym carrier, and she does a pretty decent job of being aggro as well. She's a solid brawler here, but up next was a game mode that, honestly, I was a little bit scared to play. Wipeout on Shooting Star. So now that we're basically at 500 trophies, had to get a team. It's going to be a lot tougher from here on out. So we got Andy and Koala here. A couple of friends of mine who have pushed with a lot of my free-to-play accounts. So we'll see how this rolls. In the first game, I felt like I did about all I really could, being at such a disadvantage when it comes to range and the damage that she deals at that range. But playing like this does put pressure on the enemy, and that's not nothing. I did manage to get a couple kills, and in the next game, it was almost the same story with 3 more kills. Okay, get out of there. The next game, however, was the dark side. I couldn't do much, and honestly, we just got outplayed. Wow, okay, they destroyed us. Like, they played really well. Now, the next handful of games were just like the first couple. It was mainly me sitting back, chipping shots, building up a super, and then trying to find my moment where I could go in and get a kill or do some damage and let my teammates finish it off. Now, the good part is that with her speed star power, she's able to move around really fast, and that makes her hard to hit, so you can press up the field and put pressure on the other team, but she isn't the best at getting kills if the enemies are like all together and ready to unload on you the second you go in, so she's sort of like Mortis in this way. I mean, you can make good plays, apply pressure, but also can get blown up pretty easily. Near the end of my time in Wipeout, we had this insane game where we got behind 8-3 real fast, and then... Okay. Woo! We were so far behind, but we won. After that, we ran through the rest of the games, only losing one other game, but mainly playing pretty decently. So in Wipeout, at least on this map, it's probably not the best for her, but honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now, of course, this was only at 600 trophies, and I think that high-level matches, it'd be a much different story, and Melodie would not be great here, and we're gonna get a glimpse of that later on in Knockout. But before we get to Knockout, we had to run it through Heist on a map that I made. Now, going into Heist, I honestly wasn't sure what to expect. I mean, if I could get to the safe, I could use it to spawn my notes and deal a ton of damage, but defending it at first would be a bit tough. However, right away I learned that I was very wrong because the game turned into a base race. Like, it should be having the damage pouring in. We got it done with the base race because Melodie pops out those notes so fast. It had a scrappy on the safe and they still couldn't get it done. And at this point I realized that, yeah, Melodie is OP here too. If you can get past the enemies or kill the one in your lane and get to the safe, you are going to deal an extreme amount of damage. It is so hard to stop. Melodie's shield plus her dashes make her incredibly hard to get rid of. Now at this point we were playing at over 700 trophies, so the competition were at least good players, but honestly it didn't matter. We were running over people. No, you can't stop that. You can't stop it. She's pretty good in Heist, bro. Now the one brawler I did find that caused me some problems was BB. She seemed to do a pretty darn good job, but throwers like Dynamite would absolutely get demolished if I had a super. And on my rank 25 game, we ran into another Melodie. If we can stop them, I don't know which one it is, I'm gonna be honest. 1%, we got it. Woo! Was able to stop the Melodie just in time. That would be 750 trophies. And then in our last game in Heist, we started off really strong with this massive push, and honestly, I thought we had it in the bag. Oh, crap. No! Ah, they got us. Dude, we had him cooked. But yeah, Melodie is cracked in Heist as well. Bottom line is you cannot let her get on the safe, but it's really hard to stop her from getting there. And then once she's there, it's like constant damage and she is a hard target to kill. So then there was just one game mode left, and it was Knockout. Now, at this point, I was close to 800 trophies, and we were going to be playing a very unforgiving mode against really good players. And I do not expect this to go as well as Heist and Brawl Ball did, but I guess there's only one thing to do, and let's just find out what happens. The fact that we won one round to begin with is pretty decent. I expected to get thoroughly trounced, so... Well then, we win. That wasn't bad, but it went downhill in the very next game. Ah, that was close. And the third game wasn't much easier, and I honestly felt useless for most of it. All these games were really close, and I had to play really passive and take my spots where I could. Like, if you had your notes up and a gadget, you could pop your shield and get really aggressive, like against this Mr. P. After hitting 800 though, the games went really back and forth. We'd win some and we'd lose some, but none of them were easy. Yeah, he beat me. There's nothing like it. He's just better than me. I don't have any more. Yeah, I'm cooked. I'm cooked! And then it came down to the very last game, and I really wanted to stay above 800 trophies, so we needed to lock in for one last game. The first round went pretty bad. They were throwing up clown pins, hitting shots, or in Amber's case, holding down one button. But we did get the map opened up, so in the second round, we brought it back to even. Perfect. He used his super. I love it. No, there's nobody over there. We're good. Just don't die. Don't die. Don't die! Get some. So then, after 101 matches, we ended with a record of 83 wins and 18 losses across all game modes. Is she good? Yeah, she's real good. In Brawl Ball, she's like S+++ tier. In Heist, she's S tier as well, and she did pretty good in Gym Grab, and she did okay in Showdown. And while we still gained in Wipeout and Knockout, I don't think that that's her best mode, or at least not for those maps, although I have no doubt that a really skilled player could do much better than I did there. So yeah, she is very fun and very good, and well worth a purchase.